Okay. So till now we completed here. One is requisition, correct? And then second option here is approval. So requisition, whatever we create, that we have to approve it. Usually manager will approve it. If it is below some amount, like it will be a self approval. It is. Now you can go here. I'm creating requisition again. We have two types of requisitions as we discussed earlier. Internal, other one is purchase it is. Now item I'm taking is a laptop. Just quickly we can create requisition and then need by date. These are all also we can populate as a default value and then save. That's it. Yesterday some other number it is. Now we need to approve. So click on approve. Okay. Then you will get a message here. Approval status you can see into some other window. There is other form, it is summary, and then you can see into this particular approved. Who has approved? If you want to see, we can go with the action history here. So it's a self approval. Okay, same person only approved because amount is very limited here, less amount, 12,000. So if you, unlike this, if you create a requisition with higher amounts, I'm creating another requisition with, let's say 40 quantity. It's a huge quantity, and then 5,000. If you look at here, almost it is 2 lakhs. It is. So it is a higher amount. Now need by date. Now he will not be able to approve here, definitely, because amount is huge. You should not take a decision like that in the company. It has to be approved from his manager. So I'm just checking here. You will see a status as in process here. So in process. And to see it is stuck with whom, you can go with the action history. You can see it is stuck with the C Brown. C Brown is the application user. This is an employee actually, but we need to log in. Like manager has to log in from application like this. C Brown and password is welcome like this, and you can see here. Click on this, and he has to approve like this. Now this is the way managers will approve a requisition. Now again, you can requery this. Requery means just reopen this. You can see up. Got it? So who has approved? If you want to see again, tools, and then we can go with the action history. This is a way. So that is called as an approval limit. It is approval limit. So how we can come to know like the limit to approve? So we can go with the, like there is a control L, list of values, and then approval. You can say approval groups. Your login has become invalid, right? Okay, this logged into other user, right? They may not have access. Go to purchasing. Control L. Control L will give you list of all these menus. So this will come and this will come. These are all menus, we can say. Buyer is one menu, requisition one menu, like that. Okay. Control L. Then approval. Any one of the value form function we have to take it here. So to approve it, you can see here. If he's a manager, he can approve till only $25,000. But we took $2 lakhs, correct? That's why it is forwarded to other manager. Clear? Now, if he's buying a material, he will have a limit here up to $50,000 it is. And if he's executive, he can approve everything, whatever the amount it is. So these are all we can see in this. Approval limit is unlimited, it is. That's why they mention like this, unlimited amount. Then go with the record history. This is a table for that. If you want to see approval limit, the table name is PO control rules it is. That's it. Now here is the place. You may get requirement like this to show in the report. That is display in process requisitions. This is a requirement. Okay. So requisition number, where can you see which table? Requisition number. This is a number, right? What is the table name for this portion? Header portion. PO requisition headers all, correct? And then the next one here is take this number. Find action history. Now here is the place. If you see a record history, you will not be able to see that. Record history will not appear here. See, it's not there. If you don't have a record history, we have other alternative. That is, yes, same thing it is. Earlier also we have seen last query. System last query is the option. You can see in this, the table name. You have to observe here. If you feel it is clumsy, then take this, go to Toad. Shift Control F for formatting. Then to hide this window, F2, like this you can see. Again, if you want to show, again F2 only. To hide or show this output window, F2 is the function key it is. Now you can see here, the table name here is what it is. Approval information we can see into PO action history. And the primary keys also they have given here, object ID. Object ID is equivalent, object ID is the primary key of this approval information. Now come here. Here also, object type code is requisition. Subtype code means what it is. What type of the requisition it is right now. Internal requisition or purchase requisition. It's a purchase requisition. So overall, see unconditioned slowly it will add here. That's it. Okay. Now by seeing this, how many tables we required? What we wanted here? The requisition number we wanted, correct? And then requisition status. And who has approved this? So that means it is employee name. Overall, 3 fields we need to display. Display in process requisitions along with approvers. This is the requirement. So you may need to develop a report by using this. So requisition number, where exactly you can see, as I told you. So it is stored into header place. The table name is what it is. PO requisition headers all. This is the table name. Status, as I discussed, that table name is PO action history. Action means submitted, cancelled, approved, rejected. These are all called as actions here. Employee name, yesterday we have seen, that is for all people F. Correct. First we need to identify the primary keys of all these tables. Can you tell me what is the primary key here? Requisition. Perfect. header ID. For action history, just before I showed you, what is the primary key? Right, correct. Object ID, right? Object ID. So object ID, where you have seen? Here only. Can you see this one? From PO action history, the primary key is what it is? Object ID. Still, if you have a question and if you are not able to understand, we do have an ETRM it is. Every table will be available in this only. And if you don't have patience to go all this, straight away you can search also here. Straight away you can search. Yes, it is available. PO action history and owner of in which module it is, PO module, what type of the object it is, it's a table or view or materialized view. So it is table and the PO action history is a table and the status is valid. It's not obsolete, it's valid. You can see. So this is where we can see a primary keys. If a table is more than, if table is having more than one primary key, that's called as a composite primary key. So these many primary keys we have. Clear? Object ID, type code, subtype code. What are the values it has? Type code, subtype code. We have seen, right, just before? Correct, correct. Object type code is what it is? Requisition. Subtype, correct. Purchase or internal, right? So these two I'm talking about. Object type code, subtype code. So everything is here only, okay? No need to take as a complicated thing. Now go back here. And employee name for all people have that yesterday we have seen n number of times, correct? Person ID. So these three tables we have to combine. Okay. So combining is very easy actually, but you are in the initial phase, you may face difficulty, I know. You have to select from PO requisition. That's all. And one more table that is PO action history. Better add join condition immediately. Otherwise, you may miss a single join. Tell me the join condition now. Dot. What is the primary key? Correct. Requisition. Tell openly no. Even if it is wrong, also fine. Dot. Right. Correct. Object ID. Okay. And one more. For all people F, right? For all people F. TAPF. Now join condition is join between these two now. We are not taking preparer. If it is a preparer, we may need to join with this. But we need approver, right? Approver means you have to check here. Where exactly they have defined this employee? In the action window, right? In this action window. So that is the reason why with the action table only we have to join. So PAH dot.
Object ID.
No, every time object ID we cannot see. Actually, we are joining with the for all people F, right? Right, person ID.
Person ID.
There must be a person ID or preparer ID or employee ID values that we have to observe here. Check, not this, sorry, this one. Check ID values, not object ID, employee related. Can you observe here? It may be a person ID or employee ID.
Employee ID.
Observe once, one by one, that we identified. Any other IDs?
Request ID.
So request IDs means like when sometimes we load the data into this particular table. So through which request we loaded. So object ID is the primary key, and then request ID is if you load the data on which day we loaded, through which ID we loaded. That's called as a request ID. And program ID that I need to check. If you don't know what is this program ID, then EDRM is the best option. No, both are different. PO requisition is just data entry, and this is approval information. So you can see, see, it
What
can.
table primary key object ID, sir?
No, that is requisition header ID.
Object ID.
No, object ID is for this one, action history.
Action is clear at the header, sir.
Yeah, that is header ID we have to give. Did we give it not? No, correct only, right?
The PR that object ID.
PR, no, object ID will not be there in this. Object ID, it will not be there in this.
But what table shows
Data will be same. Object ID from PO action history that will hold the value of header ID. Understood, right? So every time we cannot see the same column name, but the data will be same. In the object ID will hold the requisition header ID. So what you can do, I'll tell you. Now you can come to know the both values are same. Okay. I'm just commenting this for time being. You see value? Column names are different, but the values are same. Understood? So if it is object ID is equal to object ID, header ID is equal to header ID, person ID is equal to person ID, then it will be very easy to remember, right? No, not like that. You cannot see. Okay. In the foreign table, there may be a same name or it may be a different name also. That's what you are learning now. Okay. Now, as you mentioned here just before, PAH dot employee ID, right, is equivalent to PAPF dot obviously primary. So here this is the primary and this is the foreign. In this is the primary key and this is the foreign key it is. Now we wanted employee name. PRHA dot segment 1 is the requisition number. Then PAPF dot full name. I can check. So who is he actually? He's an approver, right? Why two records here? So he has two entries in this, correct? If you go check in action history, there are two entries here. One is submit entry, other one is we wanted approval entry or in process entries. Just and PAH dot action code is equivalent to in process. We wanted in process requisitions in the system. There is no single in process. What I will do, I'll just create it and let's see. Cancelled also we can take. With a larger price I'm giving. Not showing in process. I'm seeing the value of it. Is there any condition like that? Not there, right? So then do one thing, we'll give you a rejected requisitions. That is better. reject. These are all the requisitions are rejected by the managers. 21 requisitions are rejected. Let's reject this number only. Go to a summary, check the approver name, C Brown only, same employee. Again, login here, C Brown, password is welcome. This on. We are rejecting this requisition. Manager is rejecting right now. Reject. Check the status of it now. It is rejected. Now this requisition we are checking whether it is rejected or not. Right? So 16457 requisition number is rejected by Brown, this name. Okay. So to know all the requisitions which are all rejected by the managers in the system, simply we can give this condition. Action code is equal to reject. Clear? So can we develop this query again quickly? You have to tell me. What is your requirement here? Display rejected requisitions. In process is not there. Rejected requisitions along with their names. Overall, 3 columns we need to display. Correct? One is requisition number, your requisition status is rejected or not, and third one is employee. Overall, 3 tables we are combining. Only should know what is the primary key, what is the foreign key. Now you will have to tell me the entire query. It's simple query only, but still useful query. Select. You need to first add the table name in the from class. This is the way only you have to prepare. First table is PO. This is the order you have to follow. Perfect. And the next table is what it is.
PO action history.
Okay. The moment you add table, you should not forget the where condition. PRHA dot primary key of this particular table. That's
Header
it.
ID.
Header ID.
Asset ID.
Then correct object ID.
ID.
And here what we wanted.
Requisition number.
Header ID not. We don't.
Segment.
We want action also. Action code. See, action information, action code, action date. Date also we can take if you want. On which date it is rejected also, we can include. Fine. Your requisition number. That's it. And immediately we need to add one more condition, that is PAH dot action code is equivalent to, we wanted only right rejected requisitions. We should observe whether it is rejected or reject. What next? Who has rejected if you wanted? Then one more table is there, that employee table. So employee table is stored into employee information stored into primary key. No, person ID. You are getting confused. Then PAH dot foreign key. Right, correct. Over. Is how it is. And employee name is the rejected person name. Got it? Alias names you have to give. Alias name is rejected person or rejected by. Who has rejected this? Clear? In the Google also, we can find out all the queries straight away. You'll be able to get here. Rejected requisitions query or collapse. You can get Google also, but make a habit in developing this queries. Query to find out requisition, change order, rejected status. It's different. So simply you can search like this also. PO action history, comma PO like this. See, if you type table also, it will give you query somewhere. That's it. Query to fetch purchase requisition approval action history. Good, right? It is. I just typed the table names here. It is giving the query. This is a query. It looks lengthy, but it will be useful. If I did not modify anything in this, it's giving. It will work any environment because same standard tables only we are using, right? So we wanted action code we need to modify. So what we need to modify? Reject. That's it. Is there anything we need to modify? So these are all the rejected requisitions. Approval status as well as reserved. So you can see reserved, complete information it is giving. Good, right? Ready-made queries. All the statuses. In process it is coming here, correct? Somewhere here meaning. Where is the meaning? Just check. Yeah, there's a meaning call. In our query, we could not get that meaning, right? A single line we have not developed here. Same thing you can utilize it. But I feel this is the best approach. You will come to know what are the column, joins, everything. If you stuck somewhere also, you'll be able to easily work on it. Okay. Now I'm closing this requisition approval information. Now next is once requisition gets in approved, we have to create a PO. PO means here purchase order. We are decided to buy the goods, but who will buy the goods? Buyer only will buy the goods, not every person in the company. Buyer. So earlier we have seen requester, right? Preparer, right? Preparer. These are all called as a roles. All the three roles may be played by a single person or maybe different persons also. If it is a small company, same person will prepare a list and same person will go and buy. It depends. So purchase order ultimately who will buy? Buyer. So buyer is the role actually, that buyer navigation. Every employee cannot buy the goods. So if you want to make him to buy, then we need to add an entry here. Go to purchasing. Here is the place. Set up personal buyers. So if you create simply employee, then he cannot buy. is not the authorized person to buy the goods. So you will have to add a buyer here, and the buyer has to come from HRMS here. Let me show you how it will appear over here. Right now it is not required, but still you should know. Human resource, people, enter and maintain. You need to create an employee because he is newly joined. Buyer, correct? Or employee also fine, not a problem. Then birth rate, go to save. Social security number we have to give. Here 9 digits, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so any number it is, I just mentioned 9 digits it is. Then we are correcting this information, click on correct and then save. So this employee we should add over there. Go to purchasing, navigation, setup, personal, then after that buyer. These are all comes under functional setups. Usually functional consultants will be there in the company, but you must learn you are a techno functional right now. Technical functional both you are managing. See, it's not added already. You want to add, what you have to do? Add buyer. Click on this. This is the number which we created just before. Then save. So this person can easily buy the goods because we have given him the access. Clear? Now, again, I am saying who will raise a purchase order? Buyer. Buyer may be any person. Okay. And purchase order will create through one option here, auto create or manual. Through manual also we can create or through program. Our program name is current program. Overall, 3 options are there here. I am mentioning auto create at this moment. Okay. Take the requisition number. We rejected, right? So we have to approve it. Take the approved requisition. It's approved. After approval, next step will be auto create here. This is the button. So by using auto create, we can create a purchase order automatically. So whatever the values are there that you have to remove that existing defaulted values. Clear. Requisition. Fine. We have a various purchase orders. Let's say if you are buying every week one laptop or every month one laptop, that's called as a planned PO. It is. If it is only one time or 2 times you are buying, that's called as a standard PO. And if you are making an agreement for 1 year to buy the laptops, whenever you want it, they will send, not only weekly, monthly. That is called as a blanket. Contract PO is not there here, but we'll see. Contract means you can buy anything. Again, I'm repeating. Standard means not very frequently. Once or twice or thrice will buy. Planned means scheduled. Scheduled it is. Regularly, we can say in one line. Blanket means totally will make agreement on for a particular duration on certain items. That's called as a blanket. Blanket PO, but they mentioned the release here. So now I'm using standard automatic. So now you decided already through one supplier we are going to buy. Let's say this is the supplier. You take any one of the supplier, not an issue. At site, take one US related. Sometimes you may see other currencies like foreign currencies, INR, then any other currencies like AED and all. So at that time you may see some currency issues, but right now USD create. It's creating a PO automatically. So it's created everything. After creating a PO, you can see shipments, status, more tab. You will see there are various match approval options here. Match approval means it is right now how much quantity you are raising for quantity. Sometimes due to lack of the stock, they may send you only 2, 3. We kept a order, but they are sending only less amount. So at that time, we need to verify how much we ordered and how much we received, how much cancelled, how much billed. So this is called as a match approval. We have only fixed, that is 2-way, 3-way, 4-way it is match approval options. What is the purpose of this is to verify the quantities, to verify the prices. Then status, in the status tab, we can see that. Go to distribution tab, more tab here, you can see this requisition number. 16458 is a requisition number. And 6841 is what it is? PO number, yes. Now we should know the tables behind this. There are 4 levels we have seen here. One is header level, PO header solve. Second, PO line solve. The next one is PO line locations, and this is the distributions. Overall 4 tables. Okay, all are available here only. Now PO tables. Only to by heart it seems correct. Header table is PO header solve. Sorry, all we have to take. Now PO next. Perfect. Now the very good question here is join between PO number or PO and requisition. This is the question. Okay. So at the exactly where they made a join, at which level? Requisition number at which level you have seen? Do you see requisition here? No. Line level also we don't see. We are seeing into not even location. If you go to the location also not there. You are seeing into distribution in the more tab. Correct? So they made a join at distribution level. Distribution to distribution we have to make a join. Correct? So that we will identify. What is the table name for distributions here? PO distributions all. And requisition distribution, PO REQ distributions, right? That you can check in this. PO. No, I'm not going all these modules, these are all time waste, okay? Simply, you can go here. Primary key. Searching manual is difficult, okay? Go to PO requisition. PO REQ, right? Not requisition. Tell me the join now. Correct? REQ distribution ID from this table. And the primary key of this table? Correct. Right. Distribution. Got it? Two tables. PO. No, it is not. First, we have to drill down distributions. Then we are combining, right? Requisition and purchase are combining. PO. PDA dot. No, PRDA. Correct. First coming, it's PRDA, right? Distribution ID. Clear? First requisition is coming or purchase order coming in our flow. First requisition only, right? So obviously distribution ID. Like that it is. Now PDA dot. Right. REQ distribution ID. Just observe this. No much confusion. Okay. Clear? So from here only I copied, nothing else. Now, but numbers are stored where exactly? Numbers always stored in header table only. Header table of requisition, header table of purchase order. You will have to add here. So header table of purchase order, what it is? PO. Headers means headers all. Join between these two. Our primary key could be a PO header ID. This PO header ID will be available here also. Check somewhere. Correct? PHA dot. See, if you double click also, it will be copied automatically. See, good it is. PDA dot. You can avoid typing also. If you click on this, it gets copied to editor. Make a habit like that. Now, PHA dot segment one. PO number 6841. Clearly showing. Correct? But we require one more number also, that is PO number we derived already, requisition number also. So requisition number is stored in which table? Obviously, that is PO requisition headers all PRH. But the point you need to understand here is there is no straight join between distribution table and header table. As an intermediary, lines all also we have to add. Otherwise, you will not be able to add because there is no join here. You press F4, there is no requisition header ID related. Only we have line ID. Then you have to add it. There is no alternative. Clear? So I'm adding one more table. What is that? PO requisition line solve. Now distribution to line, we need to give a join. Then line to header, we need to give a join. That's it. Just reverse hierarchy it is. Earlier we have given header line distribution. Now distribution line and header. Now you'll have to tell me. Joins. Correct. PRDA dot requisition line ID. Here. And then PRLA dot requisition. Right, correct. Right. I think you already practiced, right? No? This is your query. Okay. We derived here purchase order number this PO is generated based on this requisition. So overall 3 requisition table, 2 purchase order tables we have added. Nothing more complicated. Now I'll tell you the best way to recall. The Excel sheet if I make, you can easily understand, definitely. Okay. First, we are combining a distribution level, right? Distribution level, what is this? PO distribution solve. And another one is PO REQ distribution solve. So join between these two, I told you already, correct? The primary key of this table, distribution ID. I'll give correct. Okay, now you can understand. Distribution ID is equivalent to what?
REQ.
Correct. REQ distribution ID. So this is the join here. Now what next we have to add? Line level, right? PO requisition line solve. One more is PO requisition header solve. And here we have to add PO header solve. That's it. So you have to tell me first this one to this one. Correct? Distribution to line. Initially in the flow, line will come first, right? Line ID is equivalent to line ID from distribution solve. Here, requisition line ID is a join. Now what is pending in this? This table to this table already over. Now this table to this table is a join. So headers and lines, which one is coming first? Header, right? So obviously header ID, requisition. Right. So overall 3 joins here only it is. Distribution ID, line ID, header ID. And here one more is pending here. PO header solve, PO distribution solve. This is the pending thing. The primary key of PO header ID is a join. Yes. That's it. Now you can understand it easily. So overall 3 tables here. Distribution, lines and headers. I made in a reverse way it is. Earlier we discussed headers first, lines next, distribution next. But here reverse way. And here these two. Clear? These two join condition is header ID and these 3 join conditions are these two. And we are combining a distribution as well as PO requisition distribution, PO distribution. These are all the join conditions. Overall 5 tables here, 4 joins. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So what we will do, we'll write one more time because these are all important. That's why. As for Excel sheet, shall we go one time? First, these two shall we do? We'll close the session after this. Select from PO distribution solve. PO remember the join. Yeah, first one is coming requisition, right? Requisition primary key that is equivalent to PDA dot. I think you are okay with this. This portion is done, right? This portion is over. First join is over. Next is we are focusing on requisition side. So requisition side, two tables are pending, line table as well as header table. First add the line table. Join condition PRLA dot primary key is equivalent to PRDA dot requisition. Clear? Three tables, 3 minus 1, two joins. That's a join condition formula. Now next step is here, header solve. Add here. PO join condition. The moment you add a table, join you should not forget. Otherwise you will miss it. A dot LA dot requisition at ID. I'll just keep this side so you can easily remember the order. Okay. And one last thing pending, that is this two. Join between PO distribution solve and PO header solve. PO header is a join. PHA dot, but we have not added the table, right? You spend whole day, I'm okay with that, but try to prepare the query with your own hands, not copy paste, okay? You will have to learn the typing, okay? Then only the speed will come. Remember, typing master will be there. You have to install the typing master. 1 month you have to practice. Otherwise, you'll not be able to type like this. Your PO number 6841. That's it. Okay. For this also, you'll get, as I told you, direct queries. Join between PO and requisition. Everything will be there here. The only thing is you should have a patience to search here. These are correct. Same tables, whatever we typed. Can you read this? Requisition is not linked directly with the purchase order. The link can be found through the distribution only. That's what initially we combined the distribution tables. This holds true when the purchase order is made using auto create feature. We have used a feature here, correct? Auto create, where exactly you have seen here. Okay, this is a feature it is. The following query can be used to derive the requisition from purchase order. You take the same query as it is till here and you can utilize it. If you develop today, that requisition and purchase order, definitely will have an idea. I forgot like PO number. That's okay. I'll run high level query. 0. We kept a high level query for all operating units, for all requisitions, for all purchase orders. That's why it is taking that much time. See, since 2004, it is giving the data. You can arrange in a sorting order also. We have not noted down, right? PO number 6841. Sure? Huh? 6841. Perfect. It's working. 6841 is a PO number, and that is a standard purchase order. It's completely given all the details here. And we don't require all the columns. I wanted PRHA.segment1. On 6458. Clear? So this is the copied query, and the previous tab we developed. Both are same. So today what we discussed hardly 2-3 points, right? In this last 1.5 hour. Tell me what we discussed. Approval. The table name of approval is correct. And how to display rejected requisitions. These 3 tables we have to combine. And then how many types of POs we have seen? Standard, plan, blanket, and contract. Correct? And by using auto create, what we can do? We can create a PO. And tables are this. Join between PO and requisition. Only 5 points we discussed today. So technically, this is the ultimate. You don't need to go beyond. Okay? Queries wise. Any queries, guys, online? So I would like to end the session now. So before ending session, if you have any queries, please let me know. Guys, shall I end the session?
Yeah, Madhu.
Yeah,
Yes.
yes.
Okay.